And then I thought, okay, just have to find the right channel or marketing, because we were thinking about marketing and we're investing. Yes, you're right. Yes.
And yeah, so what we usually do, when we're working with, for example, an e-commerce business is, we go under, we advertise their web shop, say we spend €1,000, generate €4,000 in sales, the return on investment is four, right? And when we do that,
Easy.
of course, they're willing to spend a lot on advertising, and
Yeah,
so
and it's very easy to quantify. You see the results.
exactly, and it's easier to scale because they can see the value instantly.
Exactly.
And therefore, the minimum retainer we've worked with this far is actually €1,800 per month for the service fee.
So, is it for you then interesting, or what are the next steps in this case?
No, it's definitely interesting. The next step is apologies. The next step is obviously for you actually to tell me what you want to do, because at this point in a call, sometimes I'll onboard a client immediately, like as in right now, and often they have to think about it.
Well,
So
do we have to think about it? I think we're listening. We're open to your input, and then we can make a decision to your options.
yeah, absolutely. So sorry guys, I got a cough. But yeah, obviously, as I said, what I think we should do is to start off on a 3-month trial. So guys, welcome to this video. Now, before we go any further, I just want to say I have a pretty sore throat, so apologies in advance if there's any coughing in this video. Now, what you guys just watched was I just wrapped up a sales call with a brand new client for Stage Digital. Now, it's a client from Switzerland. I'm not sure if I'm able to allowed to say their name. Yeah, fuck it. I'm sure he's fine with it. So the guy's name was Esteban. He's from Switzerland. And yeah, essentially just DM me on Instagram, said he needed someone to do marketing for him. And we scheduled a call, and that was like 2 days ago. And we just took the call now, and it was like 15 minutes long. It was a really short call. And I could tell from the beginning that, he wanted what he knew. He knew what he wanted, sorry. And he was really, concise, precise with everything he wanted. And I ended up signing him on the first call. Now, my point here being, once you start going to quite a few meetings, and whether it be in person or online, me and Esteban, we took the call on Zoom. You start being able to really quickly determine if it's a potential client or if they're just here to talk. Like some people, they literally just want to jump on a call, see what the possibilities are. But you can tell pretty quickly that they're not really interested in your service and that they're never really gonna become a client. But with the sales call it's just on, within the first, I'd say, 40, 50 seconds, I could already tell that there was probably like an 80, 90% chance of me signing him as a client. And yeah, as I said, once you start going to quite a few meetings, it becomes really easy to determine, potential clients and the people who just want to talk. So, point is, great call, 15 minutes, well, 18 minutes long, I believe. Signed the client on the first call. So yeah, we're taking another call tomorrow, while we'll handle all the payments and all the logistics on the call. So yeah, that's a thing I've started doing. We took the call, today, spoke about all the essentials, and then we've already scheduled a call for 5 p.m. tomorrow. Where we actually handle the payment, set it up with simple invoices and such and such. Now, today's video is my top 5 or 6 essentials as an entrepreneur, as an online entrepreneur, essentially. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is you guys, you requested some more kind of lifestyle video. Now, guys, apologies in advance if the background is gradually becoming darker. The sun is setting right now here in Copenhagen. But yeah, guys, my top 5 or 6 essentials as an online entrepreneur. Now, quite a few of these, might not surprise you, but a few of them might actually surprise you. So to start off with essential number 1, and this one might surprise you a little bit, I'm talking classic notebooks. Now, I hope the camera will focus. I've had some problems with the camera. Maybe there's even problems focusing on me right now. To be honest, it's not really problems. I don't know the settings on this camera, and I haven't had time to immerse myself into it. Hopefully it works. But yeah, guys, classic notebooks. Now, the reason I use classic notebooks is, I have, I'd say, over 1,000 notes on my iPhone. I'll throw up a screenshot where you can see it. I have probably over 1,000 notes on my iCloud. So it's shared between my iPhone and my MacBook. I write probably like 2-3 notes on these two devices every single day. But those are more practical stuff, you know, my daily grind list, things I have to do every single day. But the reason I still use classic notebooks is for more creative writing. So I say, you know, I think, yeah, this one is, if you're able to tell, this one is completely filled up, and I think there's still some pages left in this one. But what I use these for is actually, for example, writing ad copy for a client, right? So I'd say in these two notebooks combined, there's probably around 60 to 70 ad copies I've written for clients. And that's because, you know, whenever I have to write an ad copy, I jot down my ideas here, and I write, you know, the rough ad copy here. And then, you know, because I just feel more creative while I'm writing with a pen, and I remember stuff better. And then, you know, when I'm almost finished with the ad copy, I'll, you know, write it all into my, you know, digital notes on my MacBook, and I'll fine tune them there. But every idea, every, you know, piece of creative work, it starts in my classic notebooks. Now, obviously, that brings me right on to my next essential, which is my MacBook Pro. You can probably see it over here in the corner. I'd say I handle about 80% of my business straight from my MacBook Pro. So this is my business essentially, you know. We're talking, you know, Photoshop, Illustrator, editing videos, ads manager, emailing. All of these things that are, you know, the most important components in running my agency, I do them from the MacBook. Now, you know, combined with the iPhone, you know, that's where I run my business from. Because, you know, if I'm commuting somewhere, then I'll reply to emails from my iPhone. It's just a great way to, you know, I'd say most people probably commute, you know, over 30 minutes per day. So you might as well answer emails from your iPhone rather than when you're on your computer at home and you could be doing something else, right? So I'd say probably 60 to 70% of my emails I reply on my iPhone. The rest, the more important ones, for example, if I'm sending, you know, a final confirmation to sign a client, like if I'm writing like an important proposition to a client, I'll do it from my MacBook just to make sure everything is looking sharp. But all of the, you know, the casual emails, well, not casual, but the less formal emails that go back and forth between some clients, I'll handle on the iPhone. Now, so, you know, these are, you know, essential number 2 and 3. Now, for essential number 4, I actually want to combine two things again. So we have my Bose QuietComforts. Now, these I wear if I'm, you know, if I'm at home in front of my big monitor. You know, I'll wear these and I'll put on Brain FM. Now, I've showed this on my Instagram quite a few times. Brain FM is an app I use to meditate, and no, I'm not sponsored by them, but Brain FM is an app I use to meditate and also to focus. So they have like the 60-minute deep work program. So I'll put these on, and I can't hear anything around me, and I'll just have, you know, 60 minutes deep work where I can just immerse myself into a piece of work, and it really, really helps you focus harder. Now, you know, the combined one was the AirPods. So I recently upgraded to the AirPods Pro. Now, you guys are not gonna believe this. So I bought the AirPods Pro, and the next day I dropped them into a river in Copenhagen. I tried to, you know, I tried to catch something my friend threw, and then, you know, I bumped my arm on my jacket. They fell out of my jacket pocket and into the river the day after I got them. So I ran down and got a new pair. Um, these are decent. You know, the biggest improvement from the old AirPods is the noise cancellation. So if I'm on the subway, you know, I don't want to wear these, you know, when I'm out in public. I keep these at home or on the flight. So whenever I'm flying somewhere, I wear these because, you know, in my opinion, there's nothing more important than the noise from an airplane. So I just put these on, go to sleep, and wait till I'm at my destination, right? But if I'm out in public, you know, in subway, in the streets, taking a call, just listening to music, I'll wear these. And you know, the noise cancellation is actually pretty great. So if you're in the subway, put them on, noise cancellation, you basically can't hear anything else than your music. So yeah, I would recommend them, to be honest. Now, funny thing is, you know, my essential number 5, I don't have with me, and that's actually a big problem because I need it right now, which just solidifies the fact that, you know, it's an essential for me. So bummer I forgot it. But yeah, it's the lazy hard drive. I have a few of them, but you know, you can get them with, I believe, 1 terabyte or, you know, 2 terabytes or 4 terabytes. So I have the USB-C edition that plugs right into my MacBook Pro, and you know, that's where I store basically all content I create, and you know, important documents go on there as well. So I have a whole coordinated folder system on my Lazy, and that's my second, what do I call it, base, because this MacBook, it's only got like 500 gigs SSD. So definitely not enough space. So I keep these Lazy hard drives with me, and it's also just a great way to store a lot of important stuff safely. So if I lost my MacBook and there's something that wasn't backed up yet, then I have it on the hard drive, right? So those are my essentials. Now, one bonus I just want to throw in, and I don't even have that with me either, so I guess I'll throw up some stock footage right now. Hope you enjoy the stock footage on the screen right now. That's the Google Home. So the Google Home basically acts like my assistant. Now, obviously, I'm not going to hire a full-time assistant like they have in Mad Men and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have a meeting with Miss Olson, and the Burger Chef research came in.
But basically what I'll do I'll have the Google Home wake me up some mornings when I'm not using Alarmy. I'll have the Google Home wake me up, and then I'll say like, hey Google, what does my day look like? And it'll tell me, my whole calendar for the day. So it's Google Home combined with the Google Calendar, right? So I'll have all my meetings, every appointment I have plugged into my Google Calendar, and then in the morning I'll ask my Google Home, what does my day look like? And she will run me through my entire day, right? So if I have say a meeting at 2:30, then she'll go like, hi Sandra, good morning. Today you have a meeting with Esteban at 2:30, right? Hope you have a good day, blah blah blah. So she basically asks my assistant, reminds me if there's an important appointment I have to go to, and yeah, it's a great way to have an assistant without actually having an assistant, right? So guys, that basically wraps up my physical essentials, right? We're talking physical stuff. I'm considering doing another video breaking down my top 5 essential apps for running an agency. So the most important apps that go into the daily management of a social media marketing agency, because there are quite a few important ones that we use for communication, payments, etc., etc. That basically running an agency without those apps would be 10 times more difficult. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Had a look at some of these essentials were quite obvious. My MacBook, my iPhone, but it's where I run my business from. So I can't really leave it out of my essentials. But then there's a more surprising one like classic notebooks. And guys, did you hear that? Guys, if you're writing ad copy for a client, which if you have a client, then you probably are. Then I definitely recommend getting a classic notebook and starting the ideas there, because what you'll start noticing is that the ideas, they start flowing much more naturally when you're writing it down on a piece of paper. And then, as I said, write most of the ad copy, the rough draft, all of the ideas down on paper, and then when you have the rough draft, you can write it over on your computer and fine-tune it and make sure it's perfect for running on Facebook and Instagram, right? Yeah, classic notebooks, iPhone, MacBook, AirPod Pros, the Bose headphones, and then the Lazy hard drive, which unfortunately I don't have with me, and then the Google Home. So what was that, like 6 or 7 essentials? But we'll just call it the top 5, because some of them were combined, etc. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's more sort of a lifestyle video. It's probably really dark now. I'm not sure you can tell. Hope you enjoyed this. Pretty happy I just signed a new client literally minutes before starting this recording. But yeah guys, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.